What's up everybody? I decided to make this account comparison video between my free-to-play and my low spender. I'll be doing an overview of the two accounts and my thought process around building them up. The main reason is because these types of questions get asked all the time when playing idle gachas. Is the game free-to-play friendly? Is the game generous enough to make consistent progression? How do I get stronger? I'll be comparing all the interesting stats like combat power, hero stars, etc. while giving tips on how to improve your account and what I could have done differently. Let's get it. I'll try to make this as easy to understand as possible without like flip-flopping back and forth between accounts. Timestamps will be available to jump to certain topics. Also, if you're a new player, please use my download link for the game in the video description to help support the channel. Once again, I appreciate everyone who has done it so far. So first thing I want to cover is the days played, because this plays a big part in the overall progression in the game. The more time you dedicate, naturally the stronger you're going to get because of events, idle resources, achievements, sometimes there's server age locked game modes, etc. So my free-to-play, which is on the screen right now, is going to be, if I open up my profile, is going to be on day 45. Future Giraffe here. Unfortunately, this is pretty old recorded footage because I've been too busy with like real life stuff. I know being an adult sucks, but I haven't had time to finish the editing. But it has been basically 14 days, 2 weeks since this, bringing my total days played now to 59. The reason I mention this is because obviously there's going to be a lot of account changes happening, made with the ongoing events, reoccurring events, summoning, etc. So what I'll be doing is popping in from time to time for updates, since I do want this to be as current as it can be to give like an accurate idea of what this game has to offer. Plus, I personally think it's interesting to see the account progression I've done in those 2 weeks, which can get you to, I think it's VIP 4. Let me click on this. There you can see VIP 4, 3290 XP out of 4000 to get into that VIP 5. If we click on this, the main highlight outside, of course, the privilege boost, which you can see down here, is that you are going to be able to get a Wukong copy. My low spender, if I switch accounts here, is on day 39. This has obviously changed, so instead of day 39, now the account is on day 53. Honestly, not too far off, as I did start this one relatively quick after my free-to-play, but spending-wise, I think it's in between $300 to $500. Now, what I failed to mention previously is this is for my currency, which is Canadian dollars, so basically monopoly money. The USD to Canadian exchange rate is so bad, so in reality, since mobile games are based off US pricing, I actually spent more like $200 to $300 US. But it's slowly working towards VIP 10. But you will see a big difference in account level / chapter progression, because as a free-to-play, which is going to be on the screen right now, you are limited to how many fast reward chances you can buy. Starting out in the game, if we click on fast reward, this is what I'm going to be talking about. I highly suggest to use this a lot. As your account level gets higher, I find it's less of a deal since it takes a lot of account XP to level up. I still do at least 3 to 4 fast reward buys a day, depending on my gold income. Once it starts costing 200 gold is where I start thinking, do I really need this, or can I wait and save this gold for something else? On my low spender, I bought the AFK privilege pack, which is $5 for 1 month, which when starting out is a massive boost over non-spenders because you gain an extra free fast reward, boosted resource gain, and other added perks, therefore you can faster level. I haven't reactivated it simply because account leveling, like I said, takes a while now, and I'd rather use that money on other deals. You can see this account, I'm in chapter 28 and finished my chapter quests. You really want to get to chapter 24 for those potential talent debris, then chapter 26 for potential elixirs, and eventually 29 for red gear dropping. Before getting into my lineups, the wish list, if we go over here to heaven, then the immortal palace. The wish heroes I would suggest for new players is for the human faction. If we click on this, if you choose the tank leader, I would go with Sister Shiju. For DPS, very strong. I have her on my free-to-play account, 10 stars, and she just slaps with damage. If you chose the ranger leader, I would go with Kuafu for tank. Mainly this is for the faction tower, but for multi-team setup, he does have high value. Honestly, not really much going on with the human faction, so I think this will be it for a while before you change this up. For the immortal faction, if we click on this, you can either do Nezha, which is right here. I haven't even obtained this on my free-to-play account yet, for boss-specific DPS, or you can go for Chang / He Xianggu for support. Now, for me, I don't typically use Xian much, so she's situational specifically for the celestial boss Zhu Yan. For the monster faction, I mean, it's obviously going to be Wukong. I really don't see you changing this regardless if you're a free to play or to pay to win. However, don't feel pressured to feel like you just have to all in Wukong. It's just easier because of the multiple ways of getting his copies when you're first starting out on a server, like shown from the VIP 4 or from the chapter quest reward. If spending, you have the first purchase pack, there's like the first week exchange shop, etc. There's multiple ways, but you don't have to go all in on Wukong. You can use other heroes. And because you're most likely going to be using all your faction summons for the monster faction, you'll naturally gain the other ones like say Nuwa. And then we have the Ghost faction. Really the go-to one here is Soul Collectors, Assassin for DPS, also team utility such as heals, which allows for mixing up your setup for bosses and or multi-team usage. Also, you will get a Pandora box, part of your week 1 login rewards. This is going to give you 110 pulls until you're satisfied with whatever one and then you choose it. My suggestion would be, of course, the one with Wukong, and try to aim for 2 to 3 other SR heroes as well in the same 10 pull. As a spender, what I'm showing you on the screen is the Way Pass, which will give you another one. And at the last level of the pass, if we scroll all the way down here, you are going to get a Way Pass coupon, which you can then use as a discount for the next purchase of this pass. It's a $5 discount, so instead of $25, this becomes $20. Personally, I never bought this as I never really felt I lacked hero food. If the discount was higher, say maybe $10, so this becomes a $15 pass, then yeah, I would buy this. So since this video, I've actually bought this pass mainly because when you start getting into shapeshifting a bunch of heroes, food costs can start to get overwhelming, but the main reason was for the Pandora box, so I could pray to the RNG gods that the regular faction hero I was shapeshifting for, so in this case it was going to be my Nessa, I was looking for a double pull of him, and I got it, so that was really exciting. My current go-to lineup, so if we go up here into my profile, at this very moment for my free-to-play is this one. I have a 15-star Ranger Leader. I have an 8-star Nuwa, definitely could be improved here. A 9-star Demon Quillin. A 13-star Demon Hu Yi, which I just need one more copy to make 14 stars. And then, of course, I have a 15-star Wukong with a shapeshift of, I guess you can call it 2 activated. Now, if we go back out of this, I have a combat power of just a little bit over 15 million. I recently just hit this, so I know it's not like 15.5 million or something like that. Main difference now is I have a Ranger Leader at Shapeshift 5 activated. My 9-star Demon Quillin just needs one more copy to bring to 10, and I can start working into his Saint Stars. A 15-star Demon Hu Yi, now slowly working on bringing his talent level to 30, and my Wukong is now at Shapeshift 4 status. I've just been very unlucky with getting his copies. I think I have one, I just need one more, and I can finally complete my Wukong. Backing out, you can see now I have a combat power of just over 25 million. Now this could definitely be higher given my total days played, but I have made many mistakes on this account, such as like not capitalizing on rotational weekly events, such as the current Udaman, I think that's how you say it, and I also spread out my resources all over the place instead of say focusing on a few specific heroes. So my process was simply to get Wukong to 15 stars as fast as possible. He is an absolute DPS carry in the game. Doesn't matter the content, just remember if a hero has the ability to shapeshift, in this process, you will need additional duplicates. Like if I click on my shapeshift right here, I need a 4-star Wukong. I've already activated this one and this one. Then I moved into my leader, which is going to be right here, not that one. Then I moved into my leader, went with Ranger because there's a lot of boss heavy game modes and her boss DPS is just top tier. Some go with tank leader first, but between Wukong and Demon Quillin, I find this front line will be fine for quite some time. So I haven't really seen the need for it. And then of course I went with right here Demon Hu Yi, since he is part of your server week 2 summon event, so that is a chance for a lot of copies, and his damage is top tier. Pairs wonderfully with Wukong, but can slot him into any team to perform well. Then I have Demon Quillin, like I said, amazing DPS support, does great damage himself, buffs the team, has damage reduction, so he can be in the front line to tank. And then my last spot is going to be obviously Nuwa. I don't think I would change her right now, as I honestly use her less for the heals and revive and more for the attack buff. I specifically mean this for bosses, for the hero who acts after her to get that buff. It's a sizable buff, but yeah, obviously her heals and revive are nice as well for content, but I do see many opting in for Soul Collector instead. This game was just throwing me Erlang copies. As you can see, I have them at 10 stars. I'll definitely be using the hero rollback, so if you go at the top here and you click on rollback, I'm going to be able to get all of this hero food back. Another thing to note is my reborn level, so if we go back into the leader, this determines the stat boost you gain. As you can see, if I click on reborn, and we go into R8, which is what I'm on right now, I believe, because I have finished R7 level 100. Right now, I'm currently at R8 level 57. I've improved this a fair amount since the recording. I'm on Reborn 9, level 33 here to my lineup for my low spender. If I click on my profile, right now I have a 15-star Ranger Leader with Shapeshift status 2 activated, a 9-star Demon Quillin, 11-star Nuwa, 15-star Wukong, almost at shapeshift status. I think he's at talent level 29 or something like that. Maybe 100 talent debris left. And then I have, of course, a 13-star Demon Huyi, with needing 1 copy as well to make 14 stars. So just comparing both accounts with the images on the screen, you can see the accounts are quite similar in terms of my most used lineup, since these are the go-to heroes right now in the game, but this one has a combat power, if I back out, of a little over 22 million. Main difference now is I have a Ranger Leader with Shapeshift status 5 activated. I maxed out the Power of Phoenix Shapeshift node for the attack and swapped my focus over to my Demon Huyi. I've still kept my Demon Quillin at 9 stars because it takes 4 duplicates to go to 10 stars, but I will cycle back to him once my Demon Huyi Shapeshift is finished. I will say Demon Quillin is super strong, and honestly probably out of all the heroes right now is a staple in any lineup. You're going to see him everywhere. I brought my Nuwa to 13 stars as I just passively wait for duplicates. I took my Wukong to Shapeshift status 5 with Power of Phoenix maxed out for the attack bonus and started working into his Power of the Tiger to improve his speed. However, I have been snatching up Nezha dupes left and right and recently just unlocked his Shapeshift status. So now I'm saving all of those Deity 1 tokens for him moving forward. And the other big upgrade, of course, is the 15-star Demon Huyi, now at Shapeshift status 2. This is my favorite hero in the game, and although he's not a necessity, for bosses in particular, which is really my main focus for any idle gacha, he is an absolute king. I did swap talents, as previously I had Magic Arrow, which I feel is better for PvE boss focused content, but now I went with Heart Formation, which is better for overall content due to the survivability bonus. And at level 4 was my deciding factor because you can see right here also getting a damage bump. If we back out of here, I have a combat power of a little over 36 million. So yeah, it's quite a difference compared to my free to play. So my process here was, once again, if we click on my roster, to basically go all in on Wukong, get him to 15 stars. I think this is the best start you can do. And then I moved into my Ranger Leader. If I click on that yet again, personally, I still feel this is the best option that you can make. And then you can make your way into a Tank Leader eventually. I would honestly only slowly build him up. Like if I click on my Spender account here, my Tank Leader's only 8 stars. I only build him up slowly as I need him for improved survivability, for say my second team for maybe Tower or the specific Celestial boss Zuyan. And then of course I'm working on the same heroes, Demon Huyi and also Demon Quillin. Just like my free to play, you can actually stop Demon Quillin at 8 stars just so you can unlock talents. It really depends on your late/end game setup goals. Some might prefer to focus Demon Quillin first. I chose not to, and like I've mentioned before, I will come back to him eventually. Once again, I'm still using Nuwa, although Chang right here is a really good option, just situational. As you can see, my Reborn level, if I click over here, my Reborn level is R8 level 89. Just remember though, this account is 6 days behind my free-to-play, so if I could wave a wand and add 6 days to this account, the account comparison would be far more noticeable. My Reborn levels are still more or less close. Spender is now Reborn 9, level 90, and compared to my free-to-play, which finally cracked Reborn 9, and working my way into it. The main thing I want to cover in this video is the overall roster investment, because to me, this is one of the most noticeable differences between the accounts. You can see I only have 2 15-star heroes, one 13-star being a demon hero, 2 10 stars, 2 9 stars, 1 being a demon hero, 2 8 stars to activate the talents, and a 6-star tank leader simply just building as needed for survivability, like I've mentioned before, for multi-team game modes. So for my free-to-play account, honestly, a fair amount of account changes has happened in the 2 weeks. Like I've been saying, I used a lot of hero food to finish off my Ranger Leader Shapeshift status. I gained another 15-star being Demon Huyi, working on talent level 26, going up to 30. I gained 2 12-star heroes, taking my sister Shiju from 10 stars and my Soul Collectors from 9 star. And almost a 10-star Demon Quillin. You can see I'm just missing 1 more duplicate. It may not sound like a lot, but really the Ranger Leader is the biggest upgrade since it took 15 5-star heroes to go from having no Shapeshift to having Shapeshift level 5. It does take a lot of hero food. Moving over to my pay to win account, you can see I have 3 15 stars, 1 13-star being a demon hero, 1 11-star, 4 10 stars, 2 9 stars, both being demon heroes, and then 2 8 stars for talents. I also did start working on God Erlang, as you can see right here, but he's only at 6 stars and he's basically benched right now. My summon luck has just been terrible during his summon event, going to pity every single time. The reason I mentioned the God/demon heroes is they are expensive to build. If you've been playing this game, you're going to understand how having an extra 9 and 6-star God/Demon hero is a big difference, since you can only get them consistently from the Ascension Hall. For my pay to win, for a more deep dive roster update, besides what I've mentioned earlier, I upgraded my Kuafu from 10 stars to 12 stars. I think he's a top tier tank, has taunt, shield, and some damage. And then I upgraded my soul collectors from 10 stars to 11 star. I honestly really don't use this hero that much. I've seen many players use on bosses in replace of, say, a full-on support like Nuwa, but I just haven't really used this hero. I rolled back my Fangdu Emperor from 8 stars simply for hero food so I could finish my Ranger Leader's Shapeshift. I still think Fangdu is a great hero. I'll just work on building him up again at another time. I chose to continue to invest into Demon Huyi, like I said, until his shapeshift is done, and then I'm just going to passively wait for a returning Wish Summon event with either Demon Quillin or Chiyu in the summon pool, and I'll use my gold there. Also got the last bit of talent levels for my Nezha to unlock his shapeshift. This is pretty big for me. This means that this account now has 4 heroes with shapeshift unlocked. That would be my Ranger Leader, my Wukong, my Demon Huyi, and now my Nezha. I'm still working on him, so I'm really hoping it will help boost my boss damage even more. And not really impressive, but just thought I'd mention, I summoned a lot for 1 copy of various Demon God heroes to gain the bond buffs with the corresponding heroes. Since this does require a lot of gold, I thought I'd mention that. It also helps for illusion trials when there is a specific hero, because using that said hero in your lineup, like if I back out of here, and I go over here to events, and then I go over here to the illusion trial. When you open this up, it's going to require a certain hero. So like this one, it's Chang'e, I'm just going to call her. But if you deploy her in your lineup, you're going to be able to increase the damage dealt to enemies by 50%. It's a noticeable difference. You can see if I go to the drill option, I just have 1 copy, 3 stars, but simply I just have her there for that 50% damage bump. Like if I do a quick battle right here, just to show you what I'm talking about, let's go here and then let's go skip. There we go. It's going to be a lot of RNG and crits and all that kind of stuff. But then I go back into drill and I drop her, and let's just say I put another strong hero in here. You're going to see right now that you can see it's quite the difference. My accounts have definitely improved, which is one of the positives I like about this game, is I'm always seeing consistent progress, at least in some aspect of the game. And overall, the account comparison from, say, my free-to-play and my low spender, it's not that insane. Like, at least when I compare this to previous idle gacha games I've played. And to end the video, in terms of realm tower progression, the main tower low spender is on 954. I honestly don't push here often. I could definitely be higher. I really don't care much anymore, since it's every 50 floors now a realm offer opens up. So I really have to be in the mood to deal with the RNG frustration. My free-to-play finished floor 900, which is a huge milestone, since after 900 the difficulty once again cranks way up there. Basically, it goes from floor 1 to 500 is 1 team, floor 500 to 800 is 2 teams, and then floor 800 plus is 3 teams. And in the 800 plus range is a big difficulty scaling bump. Faction tower still isn't hard, can easily carry with the Ranger Leader plus 1 invested hero from each faction. The other thing is Ascension Hall summoning. It isn't as divided as you may think. My spender right now, if I click on the God and Demon gift, you can see right here, I have done 1,174 summons, while my free-to-play has done 941. Just remember, my free-to-play is a fair amount of server days ahead, so the faction tower levels are more unlocked for those Ascension Pearl deals and milestone rewards. But still, a 220-ish difference is not even bad when I look back on other games I've played, when I'm specifically talking about those exclusive summons in the game. Then to really see the hero investment difference, my spender, if we go to the Void, we go to Celestial Realm, and we go into Puppetry War, basically, I just want to show you the combat power of my 3 teams. You can see my first team, 35 million, second team, 18 million, and third team, 12 million, for a total CP of roughly 65 million. My free-to-play 3-team setup, putting it up on the screen, first team is 23 million, second 12 million, and third 6.8 million, for a total CP of roughly 41.8 million. Huge difference right there, but it's not as important as I initially thought when starting out in this game, because a lot of these multi-team game modes allow your first team, so let me just open up my defense once more, allow your first team to continue fighting if they win. So essentially, you just need 1 really strong team and it can beat all of your opponent's 3 teams. Like I said, this game is definitely free-to-play friendly. There's solid deals with good values, such as various passies if you are a spender, and in my opinion, it's worth checking out if it's available in your region. It is early access still, so it's limited, meaning it's Android available, not iOS. It's open to specific regions, etc. Typically early access idle gacha stuff, but there is no data wipe. Leave a comment down below if you've been playing the game, how do you like it, what do you hope to see, and as always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.